Good morning. Let's go for a ride. Morning, Debbie.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you? Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a talky one. This one will be a little sporadic, I think, but I might just want to ride today. I did have one thing that I'll wait right until I get past that more. I did have one thing to comment on, and of course it's about motivation again, but I think it's interesting. When I was working, I had a lot more motivation and a lot less time. And I think that's natural because, you know, one's interests and hobbies are sort of a counterbalance for their obligations. So I spent all day working and had about an hour each way commuting. So I gotta. There we go. I also have to cross here, so let me pay attention a little bit. Spend all day commuting and working, and all that time you can't work on your projects, which gives you time to think about them and want to do them. But when you have all the time in the world, for example when you're on vacation or retired, then your obligations start to feel like the work. And many of us, we don't limit ourselves to one project at a time, although it might be kind of challenging to finish any one of them. But you know, now that I don't have, well, I should say now that I have fewer obligations, motivation is a little harder to come by, as I've lost my you know, the counterweight or counterpoise, counterbalance. I don't know what I'm looking for here. That's just interesting. I don't need to make too big a deal about it. Although these hyperbike videos, they're long and I record them in 4K. And they need to be, the GoPro records them in segments, which need to be joined together, which makes another long 4K file. And then they need to be stabilized, which makes another long 4K file. And of course, Hyperbike, that gets edited. And if I need to edit the longer versions, say trim the input or the output, that'll render another long 4K file. They're chewing up my hard disks. I just ran out of video storage. I ordered more, but oh my god, the drives are more than double they were a year ago because of AI data centers, and it's just poor timing. Unfortunate for me, that's all. But I was thinking this morning that it's kind of silly, let me not die here, it's kind of silly that that I would keep all of those versions of the 4K videos because they're reproducible. They're intermediate. I could delete them And if I really needed to, I could recreate them. I don't know if you know, I've got a GoPro Hero 4K attached to the helmet that records the video files, and like I said, I join those together. Then I use a tool called Gyro Flow to do the stabilization. It's a little tricky because the video files that are created are not perfect, but and then I edit the resulting files. So I could conceivably delete all those intermediate files and even delete the ones that I render out and send up to YouTube after they're uploaded. I think we'll go up here. Get a lot of storage back. It's ridiculous, man. Anyway, you don't care about all that. But you know, riding bikes and recording videos has become a project, as everything seems to. I just have to make sure I don't suck all the fun out of riding my bike, because this I really enjoy. I haven't been out to race drones yet this year at Checkerboard out in Forest Park. I'm going out with a buddy of mine tomorrow, so I have to get my batteries charged and packed up and all the drones configured and in tip-top shape so that I can bend up all the props and break them. Props and drones. Nice top, but I thought it was a construction vest from far away. Maybe I should be wearing my glasses. I saw that woman sitting in her car in her rear view mirror just as I was passing. You know, I got thoughts on bike lanes. I don't like them, and I'll tell you why. You know, when I'm riding around in traffic, for the most part, I can predict the orderly behavior of most cars. And if a car does something I don't expect, it takes a while. You know, they have to accelerate or turn or whatever. But when you design bike lanes to be right along where vehicles are parked, you know, where there's parallel parking, or between pedestrian sidewalks and the parking, or between the parking and traffic, not only do people not all understand what the bike lane means, so they park in it and they walk in it, and you know, it's another free space that somehow gets full of obstacles, but it's the car door. If someone opens their car door, you can't see that coming. It happens in a flash of a fraction of a second, in a flash. And as a cyclist, you either need to swerve or hit it. And your only options to swerve are out into traffic or to hit the door. And you can't see it coming. Car doors make me so nervous, and they construct all these bike lanes to make that situation that is so dangerous for cyclists more likely. They seem to maximize the likelihood that you'll have to deal with a car door, or, you know, And there's no vigilance, there's no way to tell that that's going to happen. It unfortunately puts the trust in the operator of the car, and you know, people who are getting in and out of their cars can't be trusted to be aware of and be responsible for the safety of cyclists. It's it bugs me, man. But so here we have a choice. We can go up and ride behind the mall, which is a bunch of dumpsters, and we can take those streets over there. I think we'll take the streets. Take it to the streets. I think we want Wilson. This is Pershing. Yeah. Here we go. That's the golf course ahead there. Park. Kind of excited if things go to plan, and they haven't, but if things go to plan today, I may get my website live, which would be a nice, I don't want to say conclusion, but a milestone, a big one, V1.0 on my photo album project. So we'll see. And I mean, you could check, that'll be compulsivelycreative.com. Maybe I'll even throw a link on the screen or something here on this video, but we'll see if I get that up and running by the end of the day today. Now I gotta cross this busy street without a traffic control. At least I'll get hit right in front of the police department, right? There we go. Sorry if that was sickening. Let's see if we can get at the park back here. Looks like it. Good morning. This way. This is what we came for. This is right behind my dentist's office when I go to the dentist, and I've been lucky to not have required a lot of dental work. This is what I have to look at. Good morning. You. Good morning. Years ago, me and a friend of mine, Brian, we made a video that was kind of like Radio Controlled Cars meets Jackass. It was called Naked RC Going Wild. It was on a DVD, and that ran its course. That was a hell of a lot of fun, but I fucked all that up, but we won't get into that. But if you're interested in radio controlled cars doing stupid stuff, we filmed some of it in this park. Maybe you could find it. If you find it, post it in the comments. First one who posts it in the comments, I will, any footage of this park from Naked RC Going Wild, I will put a trophy on your comment. Anyway, yeah, so we filmed some of the footage for that video here, and if you look on YouTube for Naked RC Going Wild, I think it's Going with it, and Naked RC Going Wild, you'll find the entire DVD. You get to see me at the turn of the century. Oh my God, that put me in what, my 30s? Doing stupid stuff with radio controlled cars. Lots of stunts and stuff. But anyway, that was fun. Ooh, what are we doing here? I didn't bring my snorkel. Take the high road here. Ooh, I got yelled at by a duck. We're not done. Maybe I should have anticipated this. We've had a lot of rain. All right. What are we doing here? Nice and slow so I don't wear this home. Get a mouthful of pea gravel. Yeah, here we are. We did it. Back to the high ground. Yeah, back to motivation. Good morning. You know, lately, I mentioned before that I had some big project that sort of came to an anticlimactic ending. And I've been maybe spinning my wheels a little since then. But I've tackled a whole bunch of little projects. And I'm kind of in a mode right now where I'm filling my days. I'm doing lots of little things and more impulsive stuff. And I'm busy all the time. I just don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything. But if you look, I am. It's so funny. But, oh, the curse of being compulsively creative, right? I will say that I remember this park being bigger and the curves being larger, such that I expected to be able to ride through here much more quickly. Oh no, a gang of teens. I'm in trouble. These thugs. Good morning.
I'm going back to clear.
Phew. I'm safe. It's still beautiful. And the best part is on the bike, the mosquitoes can't stick on you. That bike route goes over there. I think it goes further east, which I know I don't want to do. We're going to take another route past the college. We're just going to pass in front of it. I wonder how this overcast morning's gonna look. I didn't bother to change the filter on the camera, the ND filter. I wonder if it'll look dark or blurry. Oh, there's a bunny. Look out, buddy. We're gonna go over by that arch real quick, just for fun. Woo-hoo. No curb cut. Be nice to have one right there. Maybe they did that on purpose, so us hooligans on bicycles don't terrorize the park goers. I don't know how long I have a sidewalk on this side of the road. Well, oh, I see quite far. It will be nice to get back to another project. Before I was hired at here as an exercise and boost, I started working on what became the most capable mosaic software ever written for bottle cap mosaics. I call it Mosaic, and it's exclusively for beer bottle caps, by the way. No cider, no cola, no root beer, and it not only takes the bottle caps, the images, to create a photo that's a mosaic, but it does a whole bunch of cool stuff to make a really good one. And it can also work with an inventory of, I think I'm gonna take, oop, sorry. It can work with an inventory of bottle caps to make the best mosaic from actual physical bottle caps that you have. And the software works to make both attractive print versions, printable bitmaps, and physical mosaics, whether you have an inventory of actual bottle caps or not. Obviously you need the source images, which is a whole other thing. Anyway, me and my friend Brian, we actually sat down and made some of the images, and they were very cool. A portrait of my wife, and maybe I should have stayed on the other side of the road. We'll find out. And after that, I designed and built a robot with computer vision and lasers and all kinds of stuff to automate the job of taking in bottle cap inventory and actually assembling physical bottle cap mosaics. And at some point I got busy, as often happens, and stopped working on that project. And it's been years. I started it in 2013. I think it was before 2020 that I last worked on it, but I'd love to get back to it and really kind of finish that up so that I could make them. And in the meantime, all my friends know that I was working on bottle cap mosaic stuff, so they all saved their beer bottle caps for me. I have tens of thousands of beer bottle caps in bags and tubs, all unsorted, and it'll be really cool, first of all, to get the machine to pick them all up and organize them and inventory them, and then to use that inventory to actually make physical mosaics automatically, you know. So, and I did all that before AI. Honestly, I wonder how well AI would do bum. I probably should have finished that project before AI was so popular. But I wonder if, even as clever as AI is, I wonder if it would take into account all the things that I did in my implementation. We'll see. I mean, it'd be easy enough for me to finish it up and then ask Claude to make the same thing on its own and see what it comes up with. Hopefully I don't end up crying in my beer. There is another artist, there's actually a few, but there's one that's gained popularity recently. He used to be a bartender, and he collected bottle caps for years, and he sorted them and flattened them, and he nails them to a big piece of plywood, and he makes a different kind of bottle cap mosaic. They're still bottle caps, but he makes really cool artwork. And the difference between him and me is that he has artistic ability and I'm a technician. So he's really an artist and I'm an engineer. But, you know, he's out there doing it. I see him on TikTok and Instagram, maybe even YouTube. And mine is just sitting in my garage for now. Anyway, it's another big project I could dig into. Do you have any big projects that you started and that are waiting to be finished that you haven't given up on, but they're half done in a box or a tub or a bin or in your attic, basement, garage, outbuilding, front yard? Tell me what they are. What's your biggest project? So last night I uploaded all the files for this channel, the ones that you've already seen, no doubt, and haven't released them yet. I still have all the titles and tagging and all the paperwork to do before I start getting them on a release schedule. And my plan is also not to tell anyone about the channel, and we'll see who it appeals to, if anybody, because I don't want to just tell my family and friends. Coming around on your left, plenty of room, tons of room. I don't want to just tell my friends and family to join all of my YouTube channels. Let's see how this one starts up on its own. I have another one that I created and took video for a couple years ago called Suburbia, and I talk about more storage consumption, but I recorded 4-hour sessions of feeding birds and mice, not mice, feeding birds, chipmunks and squirrels and the like in around my property. And so it's a lot of real-time views of nature, and I watched it during COVID. I watched it, and during the wintertime I watched those videos. Good morning. Because it's a nice sort of artificial window out into summertime. It's just kind of nice to have on one monitor while you plug away on another, or in the background. You know, it's full of cute critters. Just trying to survive. I don't think I'm going to make this light. I'm going to try. Woohoo! That's where the sidewalk ends. Shel Silverstein right there. construction filled my eyeballs with sand. I feel, you know, it's 71, 72 degrees out here, so it's not bad at all, but it's muggy as hell. And now I just feel gritty. Nobody likes that. Different way. Hold on. Try and mix it up so that we never get the same, or we get a minimum of the same routes in the videos. And you know what? I should have been doing this all along, because I really like the variety. And you know, I get to explore my neighborhood a little more. Not that I haven't ever been here, but it's been a while. We get into well-worn habits, or well-worn paths, or familiar habits. It's nice when you're trying to get somewhere, you're always looking for the shortest path. But when I'm going on these bike rides, I'm always looking for little ways that I can make them a little longer, go someplace I haven't seen before. I hear a car coming up behind me. Don't like it. All right, we're good. I also heard them slow down, which was nice. Good driver. Thank you, Red Dodge. Be awesome if I had a chicken head or a pigeon head, and I know those are bad terms, but if I could keep my head still while I'm riding like a pigeon or a chicken, it'd stabilize the video real nice. I'm gonna swing into the fire department just so to give this person some room to walk. You can see the lake there, hopefully. There's no emergency. Gal, sorry miss. My eyes aren't so good. Hockey jerseys always make it a little tougher, because it's easy to forget that they're unisex. Any jersey for that matter, I guess. Got a little sun, it's nice. I feel it on my black t-shirt. Maybe not the best choice for a sunny day bike ride. I'm just kidding, it's early in the morning. It doesn't matter. It's probably 9:30, 9:45. So I'm really stretching my definition of early here, but you know, you get the gist. It's not noon. First place I ever bought was a condo right across the street from here to the right, and I lived there for 1 or 2 years. I don't remember. I was only there one night by myself. Joanne moved in the next day, I think. And then when we bought a house, it's only 3 blocks down. So we had movers and a moving truck, load everything from our condo, drive 3 blocks and unload it. Worth every penny though. These are good neighbors here. They're moving to another house. Hope we get more good neighbors. It's always a dice roll, you know. It's nice. And by good, I mean they take care of their house and yard, and they're good people. Not anything sort of creepy like you hear from people who openly say such nasty things today. But enough about that. We're not doing politics here. So there, that was Panfish Park by my dentist's office, driving past my community college and my my condo before we got here. I hope you liked it. I hope it was enjoyable. Maybe they're better when you mute these things. Like, subscribe, ring that bell. Talk about me in the comments, whatever, share. But have a good day. Catch you later.